You think you know how he feels about you. You might even believe you understand his emotions completely. But what if there was a simple way to uncover the truth? One that he couldn't hide, even if he tried. There's a powerful psychological trick that can reveal his real feelings in just one word. It's subtle, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. The way he reacts to a single word can expose everything, whether he's deeply in love, unsure, or just pretending. In this video, we're going to break down the one-word test, how it works, why it's so effective, and what his response really means. Make sure to watch till the end, because missing even one part could mean misreading his true emotions. Welcome to NeuroVista. If you're new here, subscribe for more psychology-backed insights into love and relationships. Now, let's get started. The power of a single word. Words have power. They can build connections or break them apart. But did you know that a single word can reveal a person's deepest emotions? Psychology shows that when someone is put on the spot, their subconscious mind takes over, making it impossible to fake their feelings. That's what makes the one-word test so powerful. It's simple, yet shockingly accurate. Just one word can expose his true thoughts about you, even if he's trying to hide them. But how does this test work? And what should you look for in his response? In the next chapters, we'll uncover the psychology behind it, break down real-life examples, and show you how to use this trick effectively. Keep watching, because once you understand this test, you'll never have to wonder how he feels again. The science behind instant reactions. When we speak, we think about what to say, but when caught off guard, our brain reacts instinctively. Scientists call this the automatic response system. It's why people stutter, hesitate, or slip up when they're nervous. The one-word test works by triggering this instinct. You say a word, and before he can filter his response, his true emotions come through. If he hesitates, deflects, or reacts strongly, it's a sign that something deeper is happening beneath the surface. The key is reading between the lines. Does he sound excited? Indifferent? Uncomfortable? His reaction will tell you everything. And in the next chapter, we'll reveal exactly what word to use to get the most revealing response, the word that unlocks his feelings. So, what's the one word that can reveal his true emotions? It depends on your relationship. If you're just starting out, words like forever or commitment can make him show his real feelings. If you've been together for a while, a simple word like us or future can trigger a subconscious reaction. The trick is casually slipping it into a conversation and watching his response. Does he answer smoothly, or does he pause? Does his body language change? Even a tiny hesitation can mean something, but reactions come in different forms. And in the next chapters, we'll break them down one by one. The excited response, a sign of true love. If he immediately smiles, engages, or responds enthusiastically, that's a strong sign he's genuinely invested. A man who truly loves you won't hesitate when talking about the future. Instead, he'll lean in, ask questions, and show excitement. Pay attention to his tone. If he sounds warm and open, that means he's comfortable with the idea of a deeper connection. This is the best possible reaction. But what if his response is different? What if he dodges the question or suddenly changes the topic? In the next chapter, we'll talk about the hesitant response, a warning sign that something might be off. The hesitation, a hidden doubt, a slight pause, a nervous laugh, or a vague answer. These are all signs of uncertainty. If he hesitates before answering, it means the word triggered a thought he wasn't prepared to express. Maybe he's unsure about the relationship. Maybe he's afraid of commitment, or maybe he's hiding something. The key is to notice the delay. Even a 1-second pause can reveal inner conflict. But hesitation alone isn't enough to confirm his feelings. You need to look at his follow-up reaction. Does he quickly change the subject? Does he give an overly logical answer instead of an emotional one? These behaviors can indicate emotional distance, and in the next chapter, we'll explain why. The deflection. When he avoids answering, some men won't hesitate. Instead, they'll redirect the conversation to avoid answering at all. This is called deflection, and it's a psychological defense mechanism. If he jokes about it, gives a vague response, or suddenly asks you a question instead, it means he doesn't want to confront his real feelings. But why would he do this? There are two possibilities. Either he's emotionally unavailable, or he's hiding something. The next chapter will help you determine which one it is. The nervous laugh, a sign of emotional conflict. A nervous laugh might seem harmless, but it's a classic anxiety response. When someone laughs at a serious topic, it means they feel uncomfortable. If he laughs after hearing your one-word test, it could mean he's struggling with his feelings. He might like you, but fear commitment. Or he might not want to disappoint you by revealing the truth. Either way, a nervous laugh isn't a good sign. It's a sign of inner conflict. But how do you tell the difference between playful nervousness and genuine discomfort? Let's break it down in the next chapter. Body language clues. Words tell one story, but body language tells the truth. If his words seem fine, but his body tenses up, something is off. Watch his eye contact. Does he look away when answering? Does he cross his arms or lean back? These small signs can reveal more than his words ever could. A man who's confident in his feelings will stay relaxed. A man who's unsure will show subtle discomfort. The trick is to observe without reacting. Let him reveal himself without knowing you're watching. The overly logical answer. Some men avoid emotions by giving logical answers. If you say the word and he immediately starts analyzing the relationship instead of expressing feelings, that's a sign of emotional detachment. Instead of saying how he feels, he might talk about timing or priorities. This isn't always bad. Some men just process emotions differently. But if he never expresses feelings and always responds with logic, he might be keeping you at a distance. The quick dismissal. One of the clearest red flags is a quick dismissal. If he brushes off your word like it doesn't matter, that's a strong sign he's not emotionally invested. A man who cares will at least acknowledge the question. If he immediately changes the subject or acts like it's unimportant, that's a sign he's avoiding deeper emotional connection. The defensive reaction. When he feels cornered. A defensive reaction is a sign that your word triggered something uncomfortable. If he suddenly gets irritated, says, "Why are you asking me that?" or accuses you of overthinking, he might be hiding his true emotions. Defensiveness is often a subconscious self-protection mechanism. It happens when someone feels pressured or exposed. But here's the key. Defensiveness doesn't always mean he doesn't care. It can also mean he has strong feelings, but is afraid to show them. The next step is to observe his behavior afterward. Does he stay distant? Or does he come back later and open up? The mirroring effect. When his response matches yours. Mirroring is a psychological sign of deep emotional connection. If he repeats your word back to you or responds in a similar tone, it means he's subconsciously aligning with you. This is a great sign. When a man is comfortable and emotionally invested, he naturally reflects the emotions of the person he cares about. Pay attention to the way he reacts. Does he lean in, match your energy, or use the same phrases you do? If so, he's emotionally tuned into you. But if he does the opposite, pulling away or acting indifferent, it could signal emotional detachment. Testing his feelings in different contexts. One test isn't always enough. People react differently depending on their mood, stress levels, or surroundings. That's why it's useful to repeat the test in different situations. Try saying the same word casually during a relaxed moment, and again during a more serious conversation. Does his response stay the same, or does it change? If he reacts consistently positive, he's comfortable with his feelings for you. But if his reaction is unstable, sometimes warm, sometimes cold, it might mean he's unsure about his emotions or struggling with commitment. Consistency in emotional reactions is a key indicator of true feelings. The silent pause. What it really means? Silence speaks volumes. If he hears your one-word test and just pauses, that's a moment to watch closely. Silence can mean deep reflection or avoidance. If he takes a second to process but then responds warmly, it means he's considering his feelings before answering. But if his silence feels heavy, like he's avoiding something, it's a sign of emotional resistance. A man who truly loves you won't need to think too hard about his emotions. If his first instinct is silence, it could mean he's holding something back, either uncertainty, emotional unavailability, or even feelings he's afraid to admit. When he turns the question on you, instead of answering, he asks, "What about you?" This might seem harmless, but it can actually reveal a lot. If he's interested in your answer because he genuinely values your thoughts, that's a good sign. But if he always turns the question around without answering, it means he's avoiding his own emotions. This technique is called emotional redirection, and it's a way of shifting attention away from himself. Pay attention. Does he actually listen to your answer? Or is he just buying time? If he dodges emotional conversations frequently, he might not be fully invested. The "I don't know" response. A hidden truth. A vague response like "I don't know" may seem neutral, but it can indicate emotional avoidance. When people genuinely don't know something, they usually explain why. But if he just shrugs or avoids giving a clear answer, it could mean he knows how he feels but doesn't want to admit it. This happens when someone is conflicted. Maybe he has strong feelings but fears commitment, or maybe he enjoys being with you but isn't thinking long-term. The key is what happens next. Does he eventually open up, or does he continue avoiding deep conversations? That will reveal the real answer. His follow-up behavior. Actions speak louder. His first reaction to the one-word test matters, but what he does afterward is just as important. If he seemed hesitant at first but later brings up the topic on his own, it means he's processing his feelings and wants to discuss them. This is a good sign. It shows emotional depth. But if he acts distant or avoids you after the test, that's a sign of emotional resistance. A man who truly cares about you will be consistent in his actions. He won't pull away after a serious topic comes up. His behavior in the days after will reveal everything. The unexpected enthusiastic response. Sometimes, the one-word test unlocks an unexpected reaction. Maybe he's been waiting for the right moment to express his feelings. If he lights up at your word, talks about future plans, or even brings up personal emotions, it means he's been holding back his feelings, but is happy to share them. This is a strong sign of emotional readiness. It means he's open to deeper commitment. Many men hesitate to be vulnerable, but when they feel truly safe and connected, they won't hold back. If his response is enthusiastic and open, it means his feelings for you are real. When his reaction changes over time, emotions aren't always static. Sometimes, a man's reaction changes the more comfortable he becomes with you. If he was hesitant at first, but later starts responding warmly to the same word, it means his feelings are evolving. This is a great sign. It shows that he's growing more attached and willing to embrace his emotions. On the other hand, if his reaction starts getting colder over time, that might indicate fading interest. Emotional responses are a reflection of internal feelings. When someone truly cares, their responses become warmer, not colder. If his reaction shifts, it's worth paying attention to. The final truth: what his reaction reveals about your future. By now, you have everything you need to analyze his reaction. Whether he was excited, hesitant, defensive, or indifferent, his first response always tells a story. Remember, the one-word test isn't about tricking him. It's about understanding his emotions beyond words. If he responded positively, he sees a future with you. If he was distant or defensive, he might not be emotionally ready. The key is to observe, not force. His reaction has already told you everything. Now it's up to you. Are you happy with his response, or does it reveal something you weren't expecting? The answer is already there. What his reaction truly means. Now, you have everything you need to decode his feelings. His reaction to the one-word test wasn't just random. It was a glimpse into his true emotions. Whether he was open, hesitant, or distant, his response revealed more than words ever could. Remember, love isn't about forcing someone to feel a certain way. It's about understanding what's already there. His reaction told you everything. Now, it's up to you to decide what it means for your future. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, NeuroVista. We bring you powerful psychological insights to help you navigate love, relationships, and the human mind. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.